Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of my space stories. But first, a huge thanks to another YouTuber that goes by the name of Arctic Reflections, who took the time to share my latest video about the ISS in one of his videos. So please do check him out. It's Arctic Reflections on YouTube. He does great stuff, not only about flat Earth, but also about photography. So yeah, please subscribe to him too if you haven't already. And let's get on with this quick episode, and that's astrophotography. And if you're like me and you live in a densely populated area in the center of Europe, and it doesn't really make sense to buy such a huge telescope on your own anyway, there is a pretty cool way to take pictures of any part of space, northern or southern hemisphere that you like, with high quality equipment in really remote and therefore really dark areas. And one of those online services, the first one that I came across actually, is called Telescope Live. That's telescope.live, and you can set up an account there, and then this is kind of what that looks like. So their business model is you can set up an account for free, but in order to use the actual telescopes that they own in various places of the world, you have to buy credits. And those credits go by different amounts. I'm not going to go into much detail in this video. If you want, I can deeply describe this whole thing in a little more detail in a future video. But yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. I've actually used 2 telescopes in Spain. So I used one of those big telescopes that they have in Spain. As I said, they have another observatory in Chile and in Australia. So again, as I said, you can photograph any part of the sky with those telescopes and do that remotely. So when you have enough credits, you can set up so-called observing requests. And as I've already said, I've already or partially completed 2 observing requests. And for one of those, I've actually received the images now. So when you set up a request, you can set up any detail of the observation that you want, just as you would do with your personal telescope and your camera. So you can set up how many light frames you want, how many seconds you want to expose, what filters you want to use, and etc., etc., etc. You set all that up, and then you click on observe, and then the site will tell you roughly when the image will be completed. This is of course depending on the weather and on other requests that they have to complete, but within, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes even faster than that, the images are ready. And so this is what I'm doing this evening with my spare time. I'm actually downloading all of those images. One of those you can see right here. So I'm downloading these hundreds of images, light frames with red, green, blue, and H alpha filters, and dark frames and bias frames as you usually do with your astrophotography. And then I'm gonna edit those in GIMP finally, but before that I have to stack the images in Deep Sky Stacker. For those of you who are interested, this is actually a galaxy that I photographed with the telescope in Spain, and it's this one, NGC 7331. And I wanted to photograph this galaxy because this is actually part of a galaxy cluster in the Pegasus system, and those fuzzy areas back here, those are actually other galaxies that you can see back there. Yeah, so I really love this image. I would love to print this out at least on 60 by 80 or even larger and hang this on a wall somewhere in our house so I can enjoy space and our kids can too, because I've kind of gotten addicted. I've kind of gotten our kids addicted to space too, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, but until I can actually enjoy that image, I have to go through the mind-numbing work of downloading, stacking, and editing all the images. And since my internet connection is kind of slow these days, I really don't know why, this just takes forever. And it's kind of late at night for me. I was working my regular job, brought the kids to bed. And so while I'm waiting for the images to download, I kind of have nothing else to do, and I'm too bored to watch more stuff on YouTube. I'm also too lazy to play the guitar or do something other productive stuff. So the other thing that I love to do when I want to kind of relax and take my mind off of the stuff that happened throughout the day is to build Legos. Yes, I'm a reasonably grown man, still building with Lego bricks. And I gotta tell you, it's a really soothing experience. It's really fun sorting the bricks too, but also building stuff. Since my boys are not really into building Lego houses or anything for their city, they're more into Ninja Go right now and destroying stuff. So I took the job to rebuild our Lego city, and it's great fun. And again, it's a good thing to do in the evening when you have nothing else to do. You can have a nice beer and you just work your way through the instructions, and you have a nice time while you're waiting for your images to download. So yeah, this was a really quick and impromptu episode, mainly because, again, I wanted to thank Arctic Reflections for sharing my video on his channel and giving a shout out to his followers over to my channel. So thanks again, Arctic, for that. And you guys all take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you soon. Bye.